Are you going to Singapore and are you looking for a Singaporean SIM card and you're wondering which one is the best? Could it be StarHub? Or maybe is it Singtel? Or what about M1? Well, in this video we will find out which one is the best. So let's get started, shall we? Hi, it's Odu from Phone Tourist here, and today we'll be talking about Singaporean SIM cards for those who are going to Singapore, going there to shop for the attractions or for whatever reason you want to go to. You certainly want to share your experiences online and you need a SIM card for that. I do have to say that if you're in the city center of Singapore, there are plenty of Wi-Fi hotspots out there. But they can be unreliable, you have to give up your personal details, they can be slow, they do not work. A lot of reasons why you don't want to just rely on Wi-Fi even in Singapore where there's a lot of Wi-Fi hotspots. And don't worry, the SIM card prices here are not as expensive as if you would go to a remote island where there's only one operator and you spend, let's say, 50 Australian dollars for just one gigabyte of data. No, prices are reasonable here in Singapore. So let me talk to you about the telecom situation here in Singapore. You have three operators. You have StarHub, Singtel and M1. Singtel is the largest operator, followed by StarHub and then M1. Officially, you also have a fourth operator, which is called TPG Singapore. And they started earlier in 2020, but I'm not sure if they offer prepaid services yet, and if they do so, it might not be available to travelers. You also have a lot of mobile virtual network operators, MVNOs, and they use the networks of the main operators, which are Singtel, StarHub and M1. Oftentimes they are cheaper, they offer more data for less, but they are online only MVNOs, so you cannot go to a store and buy this type of SIM cards. There are not that many MVNOs out there that are available for tourists, so that's why we're only going to talk about the main operators in this video. Well, there's one thing that I actually want to say before we actually talk about the SIM cards is that I would really recommend the tourist SIM cards. And maybe wondering, well, normally tourist SIM cards are expensive, they don't come with a lot of perks, or the perks that they get you can get, you know, with the regular SIM cards for 5 times less, 10 times less, depending on the country you are. Most of the time that's the case, but that's not the case in Singapore. Starting from 12 Singaporean dollars, which is €7 something, €8 something, 9 Australian dollars or something like that, you can get 100 gigabytes of data. 100 gigabytes of data for 12 Singaporean dollars, which is an insane amount of data. And that's just if you're staying in Singapore for a week. Let's say if you stay for 14 days, you can get a plan for 32 Singaporean dollars and all the way up to 50 Singaporean dollars. Sorry about that. All of these plans, regardless on the validity of them, they come with 100 gigabytes of data. In addition to that, you also get roaming data to certain places within the Asian Pacific region. So that includes like Malaysia, Australia, places like that. You also get a lot of local minutes, with some of them even unlimited minutes, unlimited SMS or a lot of SMS, and also some international minutes to call abroad to your friends or families living, staying abroad while you are enjoying your time in Singapore. Those are the SIM cards that I would really recommend for travelers. Are there other SIM cards out there? Yes, they are. And if you want to learn more about that, I've made a Singaporean comparison post where I go in depth about everything, so also including all the perks those tourist SIM cards offer, but also the regular SIM cards, and to find out which one is the best. Let's say if you only want to spend 10 Singaporean dollar, 30, 50, 100, and you can see the post if you go to phoneservice.com/Singapore-comparison, or you can watch the video up here, which is the video version of this. So in this video I only talk about the tourist one because, well, the perks are just amazing. How you actually buy a SIM card here in Singapore? Well, you can buy your SIM card if you come from the airport, so Changi Airport. There are plenty of booths out there from every terminal, and they might be the official booths from the operator, so let's say a Singtel booth, or a meet and greet booth, which is a tourist attraction booth, or the currency and exchange places. You can buy SIM cards there. If you don't want to do so, you can go to the official store, so a Singtel store, StarHub store, or an M1 store, and buy a SIM card there as well. In Singapore, and like most places in the Asia Pacific region, you have to register yourself when you buy a SIM card, so you have to hand over your passport details. They will do some stuff with that, put it in the system, and then you are ready to go once you get your SIM card. If you get one of these tourist SIM cards, be aware that it will be activated at the time it's active. So let's say if you wait a week before putting it in your phone and you bought the 12 Singaporean dollar one that's only valid for a week, well, your data will be gone or your SIM card will not be valid anymore. So that's something to be aware of with these two SIM cards. So what do these SIM cards look like? Well, let me just take the Singtel SIM card, for example. So here I have an unopened Singtel Tourist SIM card, and maybe wondering why didn't I open it? Well, when I bought it, I got two for some reason. I paid for two, unfortunately. For some reason, the salesperson thought I asked for two, even though I was just there alone. And once it was activated, I couldn't get my money back, which was unfortunate. So this is how it looks like. You just open it. So let me just open it quickly. On the back, you have a lot of stickers with the SIM card number and your phone number. And this whole package thing applies to all these to a SIM card, so also to M1 and StarHub. So you just get a nice booklet, applies to the other ones as well, telling you what type of to a SIM card that is. You just get some information about what type of packages that are offered. So in the case of Singtel, you can buy one for 15, 30 and 50 Australian dollars one. You might be wondering, didn't you say it costs 12 Singaporean dollars? Yes. All the other operators, so StarHub and M1, they sell their to a SIM card, the cheapest one, for 12 Singaporean dollar. Singtel does it quite sneakily because they actually advertise it as 15, but there's a promotion going on that has been going on for, I don't know, probably years, saying there's only 12 Singaporean dollars, so it's a permanent promotion trying to show that you're getting a discount that you're actually not getting compared to the other operators. Then you have the SIM card itself, the SIM card holder, which looks quite nice. I like the design. So you can see it's a trio SIM card, meaning that you can pop out the nano size, standard size, or the micro size, so you don't have to accidentally, you don't accidentally get the wrong starter kit. On the back you get some information about this one is only valid for 7 days. If your one is from 14 days or 12 days, it will tell that. And that's actually what you get. So let me show you the one of StarHub. It's just the same design. These ones are empty because the SIM card holders are somewhere elsewhere, but the same principle applies and tells you the stuff like that. Like I said, the same stickers apply too. And this is the M1 one, and I really love the design of this. Look how cute this lion is. I really love it. I don't know why, but as you can see, all of them come with 100 gigabyte of data, although this one doesn't say that explicitly, but this one did. But yeah, those are the starter kits. So it's not that super exciting. It's just in a plastic, plastic case. But that's what you get. So it's time for the speed test. So right now, when I'm recording this video, I'm already in Taiwan. So I left Singapore already. And for some reason, when I recorded the videos for the individual reviews, so the individual Singtel, StarHub and M1 reviews, which you can see in this playlist up here, I totally forgot to do the speed test of the three operators together, which I don't know how it happened, but I know that I was in a hurry, so yeah, things had to be done quick. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the footage of the three speed tests or next to each other or in some way. I have to see that how I will do that in the editing phase, and we'll do it from there. And don't worry, all the speed tests were done with the same phone, so we get the same results and at the same location, which was in Little India in the Airbnb that I was staying. So the results won't be, very skewed. We had the same place, same phone, so the same conditions out there. So let's look at the speed test results we get with these operators. Alright, we have to do it like this. The respective operators are shown quite big with the letters. The loudest speed started, and well, there's a clear winner. Well, we could say that Singtel is doing well initially with the download speed of over 50, but it's going down to 40 something. The orders are within the 40 range. Singtel one with 47.9. Then we have M1 with 40.8, where its upload speed is, I don't know what happened there, but it's absolutely awful. And other upload speeds are quite. So there we have it, the speed test results of the Singaporean operators. And it's quite rare to see that the results are actually quite close. So they were all within the 40, or actually the 41 and 50 range, or 49 if I'm correct. And the upload speeds were all the same except for M1 that had an upload speed of 2 megabits per second, which I don't know what happened there, but okay. But they are almost all the same. And when I was doing the speed test throughout Singapore, then we got some different results. So just based on the speed results at one location, there's not really just one that is better than the other. So that's why I always have these more in-depth comparison posts and videos where I take not just the speed into consideration, but also other factors like packages, prices and stuff like that, coverage. In the case of Singapore, the coverage is almost the same because Singapore isn't that big. So if you actually want to find the fastest, or well, the fastest, well, there's actually the fastest, which you will find in the comparison one. But if you actually want to find the best operator or the best SIM card, check the comparison post, phoneservice.com/Singapore-comparison, or the video that I cannot show you up there because the card can only be shown once. But I think if you click on it, it's still on there somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But yeah, the speed test results, at least in this case, we didn't get any conclusive results. So the first time that happened so far. Hopefully the last time, because it's kind of embarrassing. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and comment down below what you think about these findings. And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Phone Service, where I do this type of reviews all the time. And buy SIM cards in the place I go to, not just one, as many as I can, legally allowed to. And then test them out, so you don't have to do them yourself. And check out my blog as well, phoneservice.com, where I do this type of reviews in written form, and also have local SIM card buying guides of all over the world, from Africa, Oceania, the Americas, Europe, Asia of course as well. And yeah, there you can get the best SIM cards. And if you sign up for my newsletter, which is phoneservice.com/newsletter, you get an Excel sheet with the best SIM cards around the world in just one nice overview. And then you can get the best SIM card, the SIM card price in the local currency, and how much you have to spend for 1 GB of data that will last you at least 7 days. Sometimes a bit more because of the packages they offer. But more on the blog you can find information about international SIM cards, mobile hotspots, and roaming with your provider, because it doesn't always have to be super expensive, and just everything related to traveling with your phone. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.